we hear click click of the spoon for the first thing of Willing Snackrifice. Hello and welcome to episode 11 of Willing Snackrifice. I'm Mike.
I'm Liz.
Jim.
Well, I'm Jim. I just thought we'd go in order, but
you're one of the regular hosts, and then we'll introduce our guests. We have with us today. We have brother Shaun. Shaun's on. Shaun, yes, he's on one of our regular podcasts. He's on our Wrestling World Order podcast in our podcast network. We have Dylan, who is like just crazy podcaster. He's on the podcast that Jim and I co-host with him, Jim's BBQ podcast, as well as his own podcast, Defenders of the Cake and Diary of Doom. Got to make sure that you pronounce that properly.
There could be some diarrhea of doom after this episode, though.
That much is true.
He's our version of the Podfather.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then we also have a regular contributor here to the Willing Snackrifice podcast. We have our resident chef, our resident expert on
Japanese cuisine.
Yes. We have our resident, like I said, our resident chef, our chef Sarah.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
And how about Shaun?
I did say brother Shaun from Wrestling World Order podcast.
Even Liz is just so used to you excluding your brother that she just assumed.
I already said it. He was the first one.
I know he was, but I'm just saying that
we so forgot being excluded.
Liz forgot that quickly that I actually had already said Shaun.
Who are you again?
I got your back, Liz. It's not because of that. It's because Mike never includes him.
I am the host of Mayhem on all of this stuff. I'm Mike.
A host of Mayhem?
I don't know. I was going to go Minister of Mayhem. I was going to crib that from our good friend Jeff Dale, but I didn't think that would be appropriate. But anywho, it was funny. I was having a conversation, and we'll get into what we're doing here this afternoon. We're actually going to deviate a little bit from our normal Snackrifice episode in that we're not going to have snacks out of a mystery snack box. We're not going to do curated snacks that Liz and I picked up from Aldi. We're actually going to do something a bit different. Is we're going to do a episode devoted to instant ramen, and this was something that Liz and I kind of came up with going to the local Asian grocery store here in Rochester, New York, and we decided to do this, and we thought who better to do it with than this whole
Melange.
Yes.
Not menage. Melange.
Menage would be three. Or no.
Yeah.
No. Actually, in French, the à trois is the three
part.
But
I know.
This would be.
Wait a minute. Are we breaking into an episode of What's My Accent?
Or actually, we have six technically, so it'd be six. But I
Menage à six?
Yeah, six. Because there's six of us. But anyway, the thing with Shaun, it was funny yesterday as I was driving around with him, and I asked him, "Hey, do you want to do this ramen episode with us?" And we came to find out that he had actually has only had ramen once in his life.
That is just bizarre, especially for somebody
in college.
Right, I was gonna say, especially for somebody who went away to school.
I had a meal plan all the time.
So did I, but I still ate a lot of ramen.
And I gotta say, some of those colleges actually have some really good dining hall food.
Mine was hit and miss.
Ours was pretty okay.
I remember
Sometimes you get some nasty shit.
I remember going to visit my buddy in Ithaca, and when he was going to school there, and their dining hall was ridiculous. The kind of food that you could get there was pretty ridiculous and great. Granted, that was me at college age saying that,
right.
But who knows how it is now, or if I would think the same at this point.
I was gonna ask, what is everybody's history with instant ramen?
Mine, I used to do instant ramen as like a carb load before a rugby match.
That seems good.
Because I didn't want anything fatty if I was going to get clobbered by a 300-pound girl. And ramen kind of was cheap and easy to get a lot of carbs. So
I could see that. I know Liz tends to, like, when I play hockey, she'll make me like a pasta dinner of some sort.
Yeah, carbs.
Yeah. So that's pretty common.
For me, it was the perfect meal before going out to the bar because it's just enough to soak up the booze.
Right. I would say, I mean, I had a bit of it like when I was in college because I lived off campus, so that was fairly common for me because it was cheap and easy to make. But I've actually found like getting some of the more like the noodle bowls like in the grocery, like a quick thing to make at work as well. Like now I get them quite regularly actually because they're just really simple.
Well, I think we should jump right into it before they
they get cold.
Yeah, so we're actually going to go to like our first
Selection.
Our first selection, which is I'm going to bring up the image of what we're having here.
If I may quickly say that I did eat a lot of instant ramen as a kid, but when I first went out and had like actual ramen in New York City, it like changed my life. So
oh man,
I love ramen, like real ramen. And
real ramen.
Yeah, real ramen is a life changer.
Some of these are supposed to be pretty good.
So Sarah, educate us. What is tonkatsu?
Tonkatsu is a traditional Japanese fried pork cutlet, which is a very common ramen topping in Japan. So they often are made with pork bone broth for the broth.
Wow, this shit is hot still.
This option, I believe we picked it's like a white chicken broth.
Okay.
I should get a spoon.
Well, Sapporo Ichiban is one of the most commonly exported brands from Japan.
The broth in this one is really good. At least I think it's delicious.
It's just flavorful enough without being too much.
Let's try it here.
I'm about to.
It's not too salty either.
Which is like my big complaint about most instant ramen.
I wish I had those like actual Asian spoons that are so good.
The deep ones? Like
Yeah.
Sarah has?
Yeah.
Sarah
That's pretty
has.
good though.
I'm hooked up, man.
Sarah with the professional.
That's some good broth.
You've got the
stuff.
You've got the deep bowl.
Mm-hmm.
God, there's like so much ramen in this.
Yeah, it is like
It's a little like really noodle heavy.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so I'm gonna actually just give like some perspective.
it's not very colorful.
No, not at all. But that's I mean it lends
Super
credence to how noodle heavy it is. It
It looks like a bowl of noodles, but it is actually a really good flavor. What do you think, Shaun?
I thought I put enough water in here, but I don't so much as have broth. The noodles soaked everything. I don't know if that's how it's supposed to be.
No, it should have some broth. Mine, I probably could have used a little bit more water, but
Well, the longer you let them sit too, the more they'll soak up. Because I had mine done before everybody else, and mine has very little broth left in it.
yeah. So
There's like a little at the bottom. It's tasty, but yeah, it's just like noodles.
well, we'll totally blame Jim for running us so late.
Now, I don't think the noodles have as much chew as I would like.
But is that because we've kind of let them sit for a bit?
No, it's traditionally how they make ramen noodles dehydrated to fit in these packages is they'll either steam par cook them or fry them.
Mm-hmm.
And most of them are fried, and those don't end up as chewy.
Right.
yeah, these are a lot different than the ones you'd get in like a restaurant.
Right, which have a ton of gluten and a ton of bounce.
Like they're very they're firm,
Elastic.
bouncy. But that being said, I would eat this this is like really good. I mean, this is better than like any of like the Maruchan stuff you can get at your local grocery store. Like even the texture of the noodles, even though it's not like restaurant quality, like it tastes good enough that it makes up for it.
Yeah.
Now I also have a couple of mix-ins here because I like to taste them first and then see if they're improved by mixing in anything fresh.
Oh yeah, like did you put in a hot sauce?
Well, I have some green onions here, and I have a little gochujang and some soft-boiled eggs.
Oh,
nice.
I don't do
I'm
eggs.
going to add those now and see how it goes.
Now, what is gochujang?
Gochujang is a Korean fermented chili paste. I like it. I like it better than hot sauce. It has more flavor to it, I think.
I'm gonna get a little spicy.
Maybe kick it up.
I trust Chef Sarah to tell us the way to go.
But fresh green onions can make a huge difference in packaged stuff.
And plus, it would make it more just visually appealing.
Yeah.
You have some of the fridge, don't we?
No, we don't want any fresh green onions.
Oh, I thought we did.
What do you think, Jim?
I like it. Like I said, it's flavorful but not overpowering, not salty. I dig it.
Seems like a lot for one package to be a serving.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, normally I'm a big eater, but it's like that's a lot of noodles for like one.
I'm not a big eater, so this would be like 2 or 3.
Especially if you added eggs or other things, vegetables or something else to it.
Right.
The runny egg, like doing a soft-boiled egg, really adds a little something to packaged because it gets a little more fat.
Mm-hmm. I imagine a little bit of like Chinese hot oil would taste good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sesame oil too.
Yep.
Oh, I have that. Maybe I should put some of that in. Although I wonder if it's already in the mix somehow.
Some of them do and some of them don't.
On this one, I don't know. I'm not getting like a lot of chili or anything.
No, sesame oil.
Tonkatsu ramen is usually very mild.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll try with some fried crab flakes.
Oh, you know what? A little bit of spice really goes a long way.
Oh, Sean's gonna pair it. Hang on, Sean. Let me do this. Go ahead and hold up that. So what do you got there?
Right. Fried crab flavored chips.
Nice.
Interesting.
Yeah, Sean for the first time yesterday actually went to the Asian grocery store with me. He had never been there.
Whoa.
Without a stir.
You introduced Shaun to a whole new world.
I did. He's like, I'm gonna have to come back here. The last thing I took him down actually was the snack aisle, and he was just blown away.
You know, the one cool thing too, Shaun, is salad dressings. Tried a couple different salad dressings. They're completely different and way better.
Oh, yum.
I feel like a ginger salad dressing.
Sesame oil is definitely a yum plus.
All right, I'm doing it.
Just a little, just like tiny.
Yeah.
bit.
You don't want.
Yeah, you don't want to go crazy with it, Dylan.
Is he wearing pants?
Shorts.
I don't know.
Doesn't it look like his bedspread on the back on his bed? It looks like a huge pair of pants.
Yes, it does.
These are very like big time crab flavor. They're not like other ones that I've had that are like maybe they're more like Old Bay seasoning.
Mm.
I love Old Bay.
Yeah, we did the Old Bay challenge.
I did. I tasted the broth. It was really good.
Those shorts look like something I wore in 1982 when we went to the beach. Look at that.
All right, I'm just gonna mix in the sesame oil, and then I think we should move on because
Right.
I don't want to. I'm just gonna wind up eating all of this anyway.
I know it's really good. I like it.
Yeah. Well, usually I like to do like the oil because like what I'm seeing now is like the little droplets of oil that's separated from the broth, and that's kind of like what I like to see.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's a good mix. Whoa, jeez.
Mike is just throwing things now.
Mike, are you angry?
Always.
He just broke the glass.
You broke a glass.
He broke my bottle of sesame oil.
Oh God, that's gonna be a pain to clean up.
It's not that much, and it's on the floor. Linoleum.
Mike, what the hell?
Willing oil face or
Yes.
I don't know.
I went to try and grab the paper towel, and I didn't realize the bottle was right there.
Mike Smash.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jim?
Dig it. Dig it a lot.
What's next, Sarah?
Curry.
The curry one is next.
I don't know how much of this one I'll be able to eat because curry is not something that agrees with me.
Not my favorite flavor usually.
I really
love
enjoy
curry.
curry. Oh wow, I'm gonna have to give this a bit of a mix.
I think it's because I don't like turmeric.
I cannot even. I should not even eat turmeric because turmeric. I have a bad reaction to potent spices like turmeric and stuff like that. So this is gonna be. Well, we'll see.
This had an interesting set of seasoning packets.
Yeah.
It certainly smells like curry.
Yeah, so chicken curry, instant noodles. Actually, I think this is the second of the two that Shaun was able to get that are the same as what we had.
Well,
Good.
and I think it soaked up the water again.
Yeah, mine did too. So
There's still some soup down at the bottom.
These weren't as much as like Sarah said. These are a little bit more chewy than the other ones, though.
Yeah.
Oh, that's spicier than I expected.
spicy, really spicy.
I love the spicy.
Well,
Spicy
one
is
of the three
fantastic. I love the
packets
curry.
just said chili.
Sorry, what'd you say, Sarah? I talked over you.
That's okay. One of the 3 packets for the seasoning just said chili, so
Right.
Yeah. So when you made this one, you put it all in the bowl and then you mixed it around until you got sort of like this brown, like globule type deal, right?
right.
Mhm.
Sort of like if you like sort of like you were saying before with your flour, just like this paste,
Paste.
basically.
Yeah.
So
That's a real, I mean, it's spicy, but it's like a flavorful spicy.
Yeah, I'm usually not able to handle a lot of spice, but this wouldn't need any extra.
No.
This one's much better in my opinion, but the other
It's
one
not
was good.
sharply curry.
Yeah, no,
I feel
it's
like-
more,
I feel like if you took a little bit of the mix in this and you put it in with the tonkatsu, it would taste nice.
Mix them two together right out of
Yeah.
the gate.
like almost use the broth from the curry one as like a hot oil.
Yeah, as your
Yeah.
hot element. Got a nice
Yeah,
curry.
that's definitely got a bit of a bite to it.
Do you like
Not to
it,
be
Sarah?
confused with Tim Curry, though.
I'm actually kind of surprised that I like it because usually I don't like curry, but
I
like
love
it.
curry. I can't eat it, as I said, but this is actually surprisingly good. I'm actually pretty impressed by how good this is.
Liz makes a pretty good chili curry at home, so I'm kind of used to those flavors, and this is pretty good. This is good, like spot on to like
What I make?
your flavor profile. So
What do you got going over there, brother Shaun?
It's one more than the first one. They're different, but it just feels like there's more flavor with this. Like putting on like what it's supposed to be.
A little bit of heat in the curry definitely adds a lot more to it.
and there's just kind of just showing ours like definitely has like the soup down in the bottom there.
But it's got like that classic orange
Yeah.
curry.
The stains, everything it touches curry.
This one is
Yeah.
own. The first one I felt like needed some like accoutrement with it. Like it needed something else maybe.
I would put like shredded chicken in this if I was going to doctor it up.
I would do like maybe just like minced beef would be good. This is real ramen. I'm eating it. It's real life.
Yeah.
This isn't a simulation. Come on.
Yeah,
well,
I
after
mean,
we went to Furoshiki, nobody is as good as they are.
It's so like, ow, I can only have real ramen now. That's how I.
Yo, Ming.
Hey,
Ming Chen is in with us. Hey, Ming.
And he's
And
like,
what-
oh boy, I'm on another one of their dumb podcasts.
Hey, you know what? In all honesty, we got to thank Ming for a lot of this because he hipped us to using StreamYard to do things like this. So
This is very true.
Indeed. Cheers, Ming.
Thanks, bro.
So I guess the other thing is that, like Mike was saying, that Furoshiki and where Dylan is in close to Manhattan and some really good ramen places there, real ramen obviously is going to be superior with the texture of the noodles, the bone broth being freshly prepared, the mix-ins and things like that. But for honestly 79 cents, this is pretty damn good.
oh
No,
God,
absolutely.
I triggered somebody. Jeez.
Oh,
Go to hell, Mike. You guys know what I meant. Oh, come on.
We
now.
do, Teresa. We do. He's just being
Come
like,
on.
hashtag triggered.
Yeah,
I'm gonna-
hashtag triggered. Yeah.
I'm gonna pair this with the grilled squid flavored.
I,
I'll give them a try.
who's? Oh wait, Ming's got a question. Who's drinking Sapporo?
none of us.
Nobody's drinking
Nobody.
Sapporo, actually. I should have grabbed some Sapporo.
I'm going fiercely local because I'm supporting local businesses. Ming, I am drinking from Rising Storm Brewing Company, Liquid Swords.
Oh, nice. Like the RZA.
Yeah. Oh yeah. A lot of their stuff is
Music based.
music, rap specifically. Yeah.
I'm going with good old Grolsch, Ming. The closest thing to Sapporo.
I almost brought up. I have some pretty good Yamazaki whiskey in the basement. I almost brought that up.
Oh, dude. Japanese whiskey rules.
Rules.
It's so good.
I do have to say, if we do make another trip to New Jersey here when we can, maybe we'll do a future episode of Willing Snackrifice right at a Shared Universe podcast studio in Eatontown, New Jersey.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. Maybe we can get Mr. Ming Chen on there and he can we can try some fun snacks out with him.
All right, we got another rock solid bowl. This actually looks like an emoji.
It does.
Like it's so perfectly stiff.
Yours looks way more red and angry than mine does.
Yeah,
Well, of course, man. It's me. And you're the one wearing the red shirt.
I know. I didn't know if it was a thing or not. Should I be like this today?
Maybe.
We can be like we're twinning,
Like
Jim.
Yeah. My
See,
tattoo.
if only Mike could have gotten one, and then we could have done like a dance line, just been like ha ha ha, showing off our shoulder tattoos.
Nice.
All right, so
The
really
next one that we're doing, it's kimchi noodle soup.
Oh, I don't know how I feel about this.
I love kimchi.
I hate kimchi.
I like kimchi. Kimchi does not like my stomach, or my stomach.
Shaun,
does not.
like the former handler of Kamala the Ugandan giant, Kimchi.
This is good.
Got a little wrestling thing in there. Liz, by the way, is having a local soda from Fizz, the 1922 ginger ale.
Well,
Highly recommend.
I'm having Mortalis of Goza that I can't pronounce the name.
Oh, interesting.
I've got a Angry Cheer coffee stout.
Oh, there's the spice. Never mind.
Teresa says it looks like SpaghettiOs.
It does.
Yeah, it does.
Now this actually had some flakes in it.
Yeah, this had a couple different things to go with it. I love kimchi on actually tacos.
Kimchi tacos, like on like a Korean taco.
Yeah.
Yes, I
I'm
like
not
kimchi the drag queen. Does that count? So here, I'm just going to do this instead.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this one.
I've gone rogue from the group, and I'm doing the instant bean thread crab flavor. There we go.
Oh, Sean's doing one on his own.
Yeah, he couldn't find the kimchi one to go along with ours. Lift the bowl so you don't splatter it.
Sean's been known to do that.
I'll pick up the food one bite at a time, honey.
I just figured if he tried to eat the noodles from down on the table, he'd end up with it all over the table.
This is good, but the chicken curry one was much better.
Better.
Yeah, I mean, this doesn't have as much of a actual flavor. It just has some heat. And it might be because the curry kind of overwhelmed us.
I don't know. I had my tea does a pretty good job of clearing off my palate, but I don't really taste much but eat either.
No, I'm not getting a lot either, which is weird because I'm switching over to my Heine Tall Boy because I have a drinking problem. If you get Tall Boys, everyone just assumes you have a drinking problem.
Or it could just mean that you like that.
They're good train beers. Oh, Shaun Goes Rogue is going to be Corn Creeper Part 7.
I like the corn creeper.
I'm a little offended for Shaun that Teresa actually spelled his name wrong.
Oh,
Get wrecked.
And then she wondered why you gave her crap earlier.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah, I don't know. This one is.
dang up.
I feel
No,
like
no respect for brother Shaun.
it's kind of just lacking the kimchi flavor.
Yeah.
I don't
Like,
like the texture of the flakes. That they're just kind
I
of.
haven't really.
Yeah. That was disappointing. This one is disappointing. Like, I like kimchi because I really like that vinegary, fermented, almost pickle taste.
But I like the way it's fun to eat. It has a good texture.
Yeah. The noodles are all right. I mean, I think both of the ones that we had previously were better.
You'd almost be better off taking like a spicy chili one and drizzling a little brine from like a jar of kimchi over it.
Right. Just making
Yeah.
your own.
Wait, time out. We got a timeout from the pod. I got to address this. Teresa, whatever. I'm doing 3 things at once. From somebody that prides themselves on spelling things in proper grammar, I'm shocked.
Oh, no.
Oh
Just
no!
saying.
Don't get her started, man.
I'd expect that from me.
Jim, you are kicking the metaphorical
Poking the
hornet's
bear.
nest.
I mean, how many?
Don't
At
do it,
least
man.
once a
Don't do
week,
it.
you guys are going. You spelled Sean's name wrong.
I was going to
Hey,
say,
Jim, you spelled the wrong.
Yeah, that. You forgot the T. He's a word, but you forgot the T and the.
That is like when I get auto-corrected on my iPhone that like they just don't like I was you put in something as simple as pot and it's just like, oh, do you mean lot? Like, no, pot is a word.
You can ask Sarah how many times in our chat that we have together they end up telling somebody that I ducking hate this.
I hate it.
You know, I swapped over from an Android to an iPhone per my dad. That's what he wanted to do. And like, I just feel like the Android learned to correct words that were fucking much quicker than the iPhone because now it corrects it to ducking, Kong, all this other nonsense.
I had trouble with work texting because for some reason our bakery carries sour cream cookies. Sour is a freaking word, but it kept changing it to spur every time.
Oh, I think you were going to say sperm.
No, spur, S-P-U-R,
That
spur
would be
cookie.
that would be very concerning.
I've never heard of a spur cookie.
No. Yeah, I don't know why it keeps doing that. Every time.
Sounds delicious though.
So,
So,
Shaun, how is
Teresa,
your,
the thing, or Teresa, Sarah, I'm sorry, Sarah,
Oh.
the thing I think that you need that you need to make. I'm reading Teresa's comments here, but
I know.
I think the thing you need to make, and it makes sense, and it's what Jim was going to say. I think is I think you just need to make spur cookies.
I'm not even sure how I'd
All
go
right.
about that.
I think I need to remedy these.
It's meaning like you invent them.
Hey,
do you
Teresa,
have kimchi? Dylan?
No.
Teresa,
Right back.
whatever you got to tell yourself to sleep at night, it's cool. I'll go with it.
So, Shaun, how is your abomination?
What, the bean thread crab flavor?
Yeah.
They're not bad. They pair nicely with the crab chips.
So they're very fishy.
The broth, yeah, it's very fishy. Yeah.
Are the bean thread noodles like super soft like rice noodles get?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, that's what I was thinking they were like. They're like rice noodles.
Huh.
Hey,
Yeah, they definitely
Teresa,
look
don't
like
think
it.
it's something that I do like here and there. I often mistakenly call Dylan Jim and Jim Dylan on our various podcasts. quite
Well,
regularly.
at least Teresa and I are actually related, so it's
Oh, they're
a little
brothers
bit more
from another
understandable
mother.
mistake.
That one definitely.
Dylan and I have a lot of
Man.
similarities and just as many differences.
I did want to get back to the kimchi noodles. I am sweating from that one. That
Really?
man, that is burning. Yeah. I don't know if it was having the curry one and then that one back to back, but I'm literally sweating from the
I'm
two
still
of them.
feeling the curry one a little bit.
I'm sweating doing the next one.
The next one looks kind of sus. I don't know how I feel about it.
I do not like seafood and oysters.
So dark.
Yeah, see, Liz, your nose is running. It's so.
I don't think
You
it was
better
the
go catch it.
It was the
boo.
the curry, then the kimchi one.
I'm looking forward to this one that I have. I went with the peppered beef.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Liz went a little more evil, I think.
I went a little bit more out there.
Did Dylan have to go to the bathroom already?
Oh, he went to get mix-ins for his kimchi.
Oh, should we wait then?
Yeah. But I can talk about why I picked the oyster sauce one. Some of my favorite Americanized Chinese food gets its flavor from having oyster sauce in it. And most people don't realize they're eating it.
Zhuang.
I'm definitely willing to give it a try. I just
Yeah, so zhuang, cha-jang noodle dish with oyster flavored sauce.
I'm a big fan of oyster sauce. I put it like when I do just like sauteed vegetables. It's usually in the saute sauce. So I don't know what you all were talking about, but what I just did was I actually just put some water from my Keurig in this because I thought that would be a good quick fix to kind of loosen up the noodles.
Wait, did you say from your Keurig or your
definitely almost forgot to take out the Keurig pod, which would have been really bad.
Oh,
so
coffee noodles.
So
I don't know.
I think Mike's trying to insinuate you're saying the name wrong, Dylan.
Oh no! At first I thought he said that he put water from his curry in there.
Oh.
I swear that's what I thought he said at first. So I was just kind of trying to clarify.
I swear.
Well, what I was going to say is one of the most popular Americanized Chinese food dishes that people order is beef with broccoli.
Right.
That brown sauce you're eating in beef with broccoli is oyster sauce.
Jesus,
this isn't bad.
No, it's actually very good.
Noodles are kind of hard to pick up.
Yeah, the noodles are on this one are stiffer than the others.
We're on the oysters.
Yep.
Yeah.
It smells good. I like that when I came out of the bedroom, I was like, "Oh my gosh, that smells really good." I think this was the one.
Mm-hmm.
This one has a lot of umami to it.
Mm-hmm.
Liz, big smell.
That is good. I like that. I like the noodles in this too. Like they're
definitely the chewiest
it's
noodles.
Textured.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you look at the actual noodle, it's like ribbed almost.
Yeah. For her pleasure.
I knew that was coming as soon as it came out of my mouth. It's just
this is pretty good. I'm shocked.
You know what? This feels. I feel like this would be better if there was more broth, but
yeah,
this to me feels like not a basic sauce, but sort of like it feels like this would be like something you would eat on the side. You wouldn't really have anything in the noodles; they would just be done in this sauce.
Mm-hmm.
I like this.
It does feel like it should be a side dish for something.
Yeah.
And Sarah, like you were saying, like at the top of the episode about the chewiness of the noodles, this is the type of dish you were talking about.
Exactly.
The sauce is thick.
Wow, green onions in this one are amazing.
Yeah, imagine.
I think it's funny. As soon as the food started rolling, all I've seen the whole time is brother Shaun just eating. He's been quiet.
He's taking it in.
This. Yeah.
I'm gonna put a little hot sauce on this one.
I would recommend the peppered beef one.
Yeah, is it like? Do you taste the pepper? Is it like bell pepper?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like it could be similarly, like green onion. I feel like a vegetable like a asparagus would go well with this because I'm just thinking like beef and like
Or
a steak and
broccoli.
asparagus, yeah, or broccoli, yeah.
I sometimes put doctor up ramen with greens, like especially a green that doesn't get soggy fast, like kale or bok choy greens.
Yeah,
You know what
this
I
would be
like to
good
add
with
this stuff?
bok choy and bean sprouts.
Yeah.
Water chestnuts.
Oh, I kind of did those. I like the texture of them.
I love water chestnuts.
Or sesame seeds. Throwing some sesame seeds in here.
Mm-hmm.
I usually do
Water
that in my stir.
chestnuts are so I like them because they absorb the flavor, but not totally to where the water chestnut just becomes that flavor.
Mm-hmm.
When you bite into them, you get that burst, and then you get the water chestnut and the outside flavor it soaked up. I dig them.
So, like, if we went back, like, to the store, I would buy, like, because we bought, like, these in, like, bulk packs. I'd buy, like, a whole pack of this one easily. And
It's very
Well,
good.
or, like, on the regular.
Well, that was kind of my reason for picking it because I knew everybody was going to see that word oyster and go,
Yeah.
oh no, and think it was going to be this horrible fishy thing. But I knew that oyster sauce was one of the main ingredients in a lot of the brown sauce that people just eat all the time in Chinese food they get for takeout, and they don't know it.
Plus, it's an aphrodisiac.
Yeah, so
Possibly.
Jim's gonna be like coffee.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
Any food with a lot of zinc.
He'll just forget to turn off the StreamYard.
Well,
get
is
a
that gonna be
show.
our sex tape scandal?
He's like
Nice.
Oh God.
covered in 4 different types of ramen.
Oh no. It would have to be this one because the other ones are too soupy, and I wouldn't put the curry one anywhere sensitive.
Is
Well,
that like
when we-
is that going to be like the naked sushi thing where they
Just lay it out.
set you up at the table?
Willing Snackrifice gets a little saucy.
The only way that you can
Does
do
this
that,
have,
Sarah,
does it have little pieces of meat in it?
it has little pieces of
They look
onion.
like onion or mushroom or something.
I think I'm gonna go
Oh,
check our
mushroom.
Trying to figure out what it is.
Yeah.
I really like this chicken curry one. I think I'm going to check our local grocery for it.
Yeah, I was really surprised how much I like that one.
Well, so here was my methodology for the ones that I picked because obviously I don't speak the language that is on like the descriptors on a lot of these ones that we were looking at.
And I got to say, Google Translate is only so. It really, seriously, if you've ever used it to try and decipher some of the packages, it's sometimes what it comes back with is pretty funny.
Well, the pictorial languages have so many meanings depending on what other characters it's used with, and there's never a direct translation.
So what I did, and I know Mike was with me, we were walking along, and I think we walked up and down that aisle probably 20 times. We were there for a good long while, kind of trying to research which ones would be good, which ones wouldn't be like an automatic yuck. Because I mean, while we're doing a willing Snackrifice, I wouldn't want you to be just like wasting the money and being one bite and be like, nope.
Child.
And so the first thing I did is I kind of watched other people who were shopping because it was actually relatively busy in the store that day. And I watched what most other people were buying. And I'm like, okay, so what seems to be the popular go-to? And then I really wanted to try the tonkatsu. And I really wanted to try the kimchi. Because again, I really love kimchi. I had never had kimchi ramen. I'd had kimchi in a lot of other things. So the tonkatsu I enjoyed. The kimchi was kind of a fail, in my opinion. But I think the curry
fell flat, I think, a little bit, but
yeah, the curry and this oyster sauce one, I think, are the stars.
Yeah, they're really good. I think the tonkatsu is pretty basic. You'd have to doctor it up to, have it be anything.
It was definitely better with the sesame oil in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually liked it a lot with a little gochujang in it. Liz, you should definitely try gochujang.
I probably will, now that I know.
I use the brand Not Your Mother's gochujang. They have a spicy one, and then they have a roasted garlic one, which isn't quite as spicy. and it's great in everything.
Where do you get it, Wegmans or?
Yeah, I use it in one of our recipes for work for the winery tasting boards. I use it in my herb wine hummus to give it a little kick.
I prefer the competing brand, not your mama's.
Not your mama's gochujang?
Was that soul food gochujang?
Oh, wait a minute. Maybe we got another food item. No,
that would be no.
So no. Okay.
Like that would require me to cook something.
Did you ever try any of the American-made ramen? Anybody?
No. Other than like the Nissan brand stuff.
These are craft brands. Like there's a lot of craft ramen going on now. There's one brand you can get in Wegmans. It's called Mike's Craft Ramen. And it's made in the U.S. and it's like organic ramen or whatever. But they have a bunch of different flavors, and it's actually the noodles have the best texture of any of the ramens I've tried. It's like $2.50 a pack.
There's like a $50 instant ramen pack. It's crazy.
Why? Yeah. Why would you do such a thing?
I
can go to Furoshiki and get a giant bowl of like roasted garlic chicken ramen for like $12.
I just fucking go to Japan.
I mixed together the four of them.
Nice.
Zombie ramen.
Well, my other 3 bowls are empty, so.
Oh my God.
Wow.
The first 3.
Wow.
I could never finish.
I'm like, I got a lot of work to do here. Yeah, I think my final
one probably would be too, but I'm kind of getting full.
Jim said his sodium intake for the next week and a half.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna just drink like so much water after this. Yeah. I think I would go my final ranking: curry, tonkatsu, oyster, kimchi.
That's mine also.
I think I would do curry, oyster, tonkatsu, kimchi.
That I agree with Sarah. That would be mine.
I'm gonna do oyster, curry, tonkatsu, kimchi.
So Shaun, curry's a winner.
Shaun's like, they all taste good together, so I like them all.
I'm doing peppered beef, then curry, then the crab, then the what? How do you pronounce the first one? Tonkatsu. Yeah.
So I would definitely take one of these for lunch at work. I mean, obviously I don't have anything to boil water, but I think Keurig water would be sufficient in the microwave.
Yeah, I would think.
I often when I do once they have like the hot water on the coffee maker at work. I just use that. Yeah,
but you'd still have to microwave it so that the noodles boiled because these are not as soft as the Nissan.
I mean, it's really hot water.
You want the noodles to absorb though, too.
Yeah. I microwaved the curry one because I had 3 saucepans going with the others on my stove.
Right.
So, but I microwaved the curry one and it worked just fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I suppose I could microwave it.
You would have to because
I think. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, you're used to the styrofoam cup Nissan ones.
No, I never get those.
Or I'm just saying the ones that you have are just kind of like add a hot water, cover, and let rest for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Where these you actually kind of have to keep them boiling hot for 3 minutes.
Oh, okay.
So I think you'd have to microwave them, even if you used the hot water at work.
The curry one most of them had microwave directions on them. Like the curry one was, I think you bumped it up to 5 minutes when it was in the microwave.
Yeah. I didn't microwave any of mine. I just did saucepans. But I think the other thing I would change is I would add more water to at least the oyster one. I would do 2 cups of water instead of 1 1/4 cups.
And I feel like the sauce is rich enough that you could.
Yeah.
Or, it'd be good in there like a little rice wine, like mirin.
Yeah. Unless you like it as just like a noodle dish instead of a soup. I mean, if you want it this consistency, stick with the 1 1/4 of water. But it's good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed all of them. I mean, the kimchi, it didn't taste bad. It just didn't taste like kimchi.
Yeah.
Those do look like giant pants.
Like he's got a pair of pinstripe trousers on his head.
Hanging out there.
Yep. Like that's what he's wearing out later to the club.
I'm attempting.
Hey, Dylan.
Well, now that he's back.
Hey, Dylan, we got to tell you something.
What's that?
your bedspread looks
Yeah.
like a pair of giant pants that you're gonna go wear out to the club later.
Oh, nice. I just spilled all over my desk.
Well, I think the next time we can actually legitimately get together, I think that we need to find an actual place to go sit down and have some.
Well, and that's
We went to
what
one.
that's what Sarah was saying is there's a pretty good ramen house up here.
Called Furoshiki.
Little
Furoshiki.
place, but
And-
Remember, we went to one.
good
Remember?
wow.
yeah, and we did go to one in New York as well with Dylan. It was the first time we met Sarah, actually.
It was.
So we could, like, if we go to Jersey, we can do that as well, Jim. The other thing I would like to try out.
I just mixed them together.
And I'm curious about it, having watched some of the YouTube videos I've watched, is Hot Pot.
Oh yeah, I love hot pot.
Hot pot or hot pockets?
Hot Pot. And the one place I've seen, there's one on West Henrietta Road here in Rochester.
There is.
And the sign out front says Hot Pot, so I'm assuming they have Hot Pot. But I'd like to try
Someone's
that.
giving head to somebody.
Yeah, it's a cook your own.
Yeah,
At this point in time, I'm a little leery of trying anything like that because it is a shared meal.
Yeah.
In this COVID world, I don't think that thing is currently possible. But
It'd be cool for later on.
yeah, it's something to keep in the back pocket, so to speak. But in the front pocket, I guess if we're going to call it that, maybe we can do another ramen episode here in the future, because I think this has been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll go take another adventure to the Asian grocery store and pick out 4 new ramens to try.
Just so you're aware, obviously we've tried tonkatsu, we've tried oyster, we've tried curry, and we've tried kimchi. So the remaining flavor choices are going to not be as safe as these.
Yeah.
They might be spicier, I would say.
Or
We have a couple that are like coconut curry that
I
Right
did
on the
see
spicy.
that. Yeah, I did see a coconut curry, so we could try something like that. Another one I saw a lot of were like the extra spicy chicken ones, which I didn't want to annihilate anybody's palate with.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
Because they were the ones like the black label with that cartoon chicken that is really popular. That's just it just emphasizes that it's super spicy.
Yeah, that's gonna be like your. I don't think I will try that.
So I'll still try to do stuff that's palatable to everybody, but again, your choices might not be as safe as these ones.
That's like bleeding
tell
out
you
your
what.
rectum.
If we do a coconut one, because coconut gives me headaches,
oh yeah.
maybe I'll do one of the super spicy ones. I'll go rogue like Brother Shaun.
Oh, I'm sweating
Right on.
right now.
Well, I had to. Like,
Yeah, he didn't really have much of a choice. We couldn't find we couldn't find the oyster one in like a single pack, and I wasn't going to force him to buy like the family pack just to try it once. And we didn't know if he was going to like it or
Hindsight
not.
being 2020.
How well do these hold up?
Yeah,
Probably for at least a year or more.
No, I mean like now that we've cooked them.
Like if you could.
probably at least a year or more.
3 to 5 days. 3 to 5 days in the fridge.
Oh, okay, good. So I can.
How
As
so I
long
can
as you cool them down fast enough.
Yeah, considering how much salt is in them.
Yeah.
okay, so I can eat this for dinner.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm just gonna be like picking at ramen all day.
Heat it all the way back through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, how you doing? Like, oh, I'm a little fucked up. Hold on a second. All right, I'm ready to go.
You can put on your pinstripe pants, and so you're ready to go. out to the club.
You don't like my whatever it's called, the boudet or whatever.
Duvet.
Duvet.
No, when you got up and walked away, it looked like a pair of pants sitting on your bed.
What, you don't like Godzilla flashing over here? Yeah, talk about my bed
We were
pants.
talking about your pinstripe pants.
So if we do another ramen episode, obviously Jim kind of put in the request for an alternative if we do like a coconut curry or anything with coconut in it. Is there any hard no? Is there absolutely any hard no's that you will not try, even just a taste of?
I probably would not do like the super duper like kill your butthole spicy.
I will.
He can do that one. I'll
give it a try if people don't mind if I excuse myself shortly after.
Dylan,
Give it a go.
you're supposed to eat the ramens, not stuff them up your butthole. I don't know why.
This
Oh.
must have been what Jamil
Not
was
a
talking about
story.
when he had worms coming out of his butt.
Okay, thanks a lot.
That's enough. That's enough.
I'm so glad that you said that after we had to taste everything, and because I would not be able to look at this bowl.
It's like the Lost Boys. What's
All
the
right, so maybe
matter,
we'll
Michael?
maybe a month or so from now we'll plan another fun-filled ramen episode.
Well, I was thinking in February we have the Lunar New Year, so it would be a good time to celebrate with another hot bowl of ramen in the winter of our discontent.
Yeah,
And we'll put everybody in the hot seat.
indeed.
Well, we still have our other Tokyo treat boxes.
We do have that. Hopefully,
Yes,
we'll do
yes.
that maybe next weekend.
I've been eyeballing that soda for a while. That's in there.
Oh, we haven't even opened it.
What is it?
It's like peach Fanta or something.
Oh, yum!
Yeah, it looks good.
Yes, yeah. So stay tuned for that. Maybe we'll discuss that after we get offline. But if you're willing to sacrifice with us, by all means, reach out to us, and you can just reach out to us on our Facebook page. And if you have some snack suggestions for us and you want to join in with us, if you want to try any of the snack boxes with us, right now we're doing Munch Pack snack boxes on like a monthly basis, and as well as we're doing Jim, Liz, and I are doing Munch Packs, and then Tokyo Treat we're doing on a monthly basis, and that's Jim, Sarah, Liz, and I doing those. They're a lot of fun. You can do a month-to-month subscription, or 3-month, or 6-month, or even year month subscription.
Annual subscription, Mike.
Annual subscription to those boxes. They're a lot of fun. Check them out. If you reach out to us, let us know if you want to join in on the fun of this. If you're willing to sacrifice with us, we're willing to bring you in. Want to thank brother Shaun for joining us. You can check him out on a semi-weekly basis over at Wrestling World Order Podcast. You can also check him out occasionally on Jim's BBQ podcast, where you'll find Dylan on that podcast, as well as on Diary of Doom and Defenders of the Cake podcasts.
Indeed.
And you can find Sarah baking up a storm at where's it at? It's at a winery. I can't think of the name of it.
Leonard Oaks Winery.
Leonard Oaks Winery, right here in New York State. Support New York wineries. And you can find Liz right here at Willing Snackrifice, and occasionally on Jim's BBQ, and sometimes on Wrestling World Order.
All right.
We want to thank you all for joining us, and hope you have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. We'll see you all next time.
Indeed.